garage. Where is this? Hey. Hey, what's up? I haven't shot a video in a while, have I? I didn't actually know where the camera was. I can't use that excuse. I knew where the camera was, but you guys are filthy. Let's get this cleaned up. Much better. All right, well, let me get into a couple things first. Clearly, I'm not in the RV anymore, but I have dusted off the camera and I'm gonna start creating some more videos. I know it's been a while, but I'm not gonna do daily, that's for damn sure, because that was stupid as can be. I feel like today's kind of important, but I can't remember why. What is today? Before I tell you where I'm at, let me bring up to speed on a couple things. So maybe you kind of hung out with me in the beginning and I talked a lot about Rootless Living. You know, we're entering year 3, issue 13 of Rootless Living, which is bananas. We have a whole team now, which has been amazing. If you've looked at it recently, we have a new designer. She's doing a phenomenal job. We have, I mean, just a great staff. I could go through the whole list of everything, but it's just a completely different magazine than when we started, which is totally okay. I mean, we knew we were just going to get better and better, and that's what it's been able to do. And that's what we're so excited about. The other thing is we launched a second magazine called RV Today for RV owners by RV owners. And this is the one where, you know, if you're coming from like a business standpoint, people that live in an RV and travel kind of full-time while still working, it's a very small niche of RVers, you know. And again, Rootless, it doesn't mean that you're just in an RV. We have people that are just, you know, traveling a lot, that they go from Airbnb to Airbnb, they're in a van, they're on a motorcycle, they're in tents, they're in airplanes, but the majority obviously do live in an RV full-time. And again, if I'm at an RV park, let's say there's 100 RVs, maybe 10 are full-time RVs while still working. I mean, there's a lot of retired people that are doing this lifestyle, but it's, again, it's a really small niche. But all 100 that are in the campground, they own an RV because they're in the RV they own, right? Makes sense. So we just felt it was necessary to do that magazine, and we started. You can check it out, rvtoday.com, obviously rootlessliving.com. It's available in digital and in print and both. So, you know, go now, check it out. It's my little pitch. Not a sponsor of the video because I own the magazine, so that makes sense. All right, you probably see what I'm seeing. The beard is actually insane. It was time to get it trimmed up a little. Just took maybe a little too much off, but it's good for now. It'll grow out fast, but I don't know what was going on there. Clearly, I haven't been on camera in a while. I look like I've been living out in that land forever. But anyways, let's get back to the video. All right, here's the real big news. We have purchased 240 acres of completely raw, undeveloped land about 40 minutes outside of Tulsa in Oklahoma, just in case there's another Tulsa somewhere. If you want to know exactly where it's at, it's really close to 39 minutes outside of Tulsa. Hopefully you get that joke, you understand it, you respect it, and, you know, we'll just continue to go. I'm not going to give coordinates at this point, you know, we're just not going to do that. But it's an amazing piece of land that is sectioned off into like almost like 380 acres. We originally looked at the 160 acres, and then there's like an 80-acre hayfield that we jumped on as well too. So altogether 240 acres, and it has just so much potential. I mean, it really does. Today we were walking around or actually I'll show you what we were doing. We're really walking around. But we were out like staking different areas that we want to start with a shop where we can put a lot of the equipment that we're gonna have to buy to build out the land, and then obviously be able to store the RV if we need to, store other things like, this is probably the most recent purchase, is a new flatbed trailer. And then we got 2 quads, which have been just a lifesaver in being able to check out the property. Like, you can't walk the property, you really can't drive it at a pickup truck. This is Nikki's, she got the camo. She's all super excited about that. I went with this gray. You can see all my like staking tools as we're going around and measuring stuff, and it's just been a game changer, you know, because we could only get to a very small portion of the property, even when we were driving around with a gator, a little side-by-side kind of a thing with the realtor. The truck can only go so far, so this is just, I mean, this is the way you want to get around on your land. We have some other equipment coming. I'm excited to share with you guys and show you. You know, if I have to kind of like put the entire plan in one video, it's to build a shop that allows us to renovate RVs if we wanted to, and store all the equipment that's needed to build out the land. Big picture with the land, a couple homes on here, some RV pads. Nikki would love to have a warehouse, a barn that maybe we can house some actual livestock in, most likely horses, some cattle, goats for sure. and just have a home base, you know? I mean, people are like, oh, can you still be rootless if you buy land? 100% you can still be rootless. It's just that we have a home base to come back to. I mean, we have a pretty heavy travel schedule still for 2022, but it'll be nice to be able to come back here and, you know, literally have a place that we can, if we need to, we can pull the RV into a shop, we can get in and, you know, make some changes, which as soon as the shop is done, we will. We have some issues that it would be really nice to be in a shop to kind of rip open and fix and deal with. And I'm just really excited. Like, I've been holding it in for a while too. I mean, I've shared it a little on social media and stuff, but it's one of those things that you don't really want to talk about until it actually happens. So what I want to do here, just at the end of this, is I'm going to go ahead and I think it's just a little bit of a montage of both. Yesterday when I was out here, I flew the drone, and then today driving around the quads, I went ahead and set up the other GoPro, kind of just on the front of the rig, to drive around and just check out different parts of the property. And you'll see that it's tough to get to some of it. There are cows on the property. The former owner was leasing it, and I've just said, you know, go ahead and keep them on here until we kind of figure it out. So there are cows on the property too. You might see that in the drone footage. I can't find them today. They're somewhere. It's such a big, 240 acres is so much land. It's crazy. There's 3 ponds on the property. We have one we're calling Duck Pond. It's in the northeast corner. We have one that we're calling Bass Pond. I mean, supposedly there's huge bass in there. That's in the northwest corner. And then the southeast corner, we're calling Cow Pond, because it's a pond all the cows like to go into and play around with it. There's a whole like cattle corral on this property. Property was basically hunting and where they were running cattle. I don't believe we'll be doing a lot of hunting on it. I actually really like that the wildlife is here and running around and doing their thing. We don't have any hogs, which would be something I'd be okay with kind of going after, but we've seen a big buck, lots of doe, really cool little raccoon. There's obviously about 20-ish cows on the property, lots of ducks. So, I mean, we've seen some geese, all kinds of stuff. It's just, who knows what's out here. But lots to come. So let me just leave you guys with a montage of just me kind of driving around, some drone footage, and I will be back as soon as I can to kind of explain what I'm going to be doing with a second channel, and then what I'm going to be doing here on this channel. I think it'll be fun to see a city slicker in a mini excavator, in a skid steer, in a tractor, trying to build roads and level off land to be able to bring in actual shops and barns and cabins and tiny homes and RVs, and it's just going to be like a whole a little bit of everything out here. But it's going to take just a fraction of the land. The majority of the land is just going to be like this, just wide open and, you know, peaceful and quiet. So, all right, enjoy the montage. I'll see you guys soon.